We are ready to go. Ready to do it in Tokyo as the Raptors control the opening tip. Toronto in the red, Houston wearing the black jerseys.
When you talk to Nick Nurse, it's a number of different guys he's looking for. OG Anunoby coming back from injury.
Siakam putting it down after getting the pass up top from Van Fleet. That was Westbrook with the three, I beg your pardon. Tried a quick dump off for Capella. Second chance. Capella gets the offensive board.
Two former teammates there. You see Ibaka manhandling Westbrook to the ground.
Floater from Harden, and he has his first bucket of the night. And a block from behind by Clint Capella.
How about the long arms of Capella there? Gets beat, but is able to recover.
James Harden, and the tap in by Capella. Soft touch. Van Fleet finding Anunoby. Going over P.J. Tucker for the basket.
Happened a lot in the first game between these two teams just a couple of nights ago. A lot of penetration. That lane was porous on both ends.
Westbrook's first three.
Does he start with the basketball in his hand, or does it come to him in the middle of the offensive exchange? And he's going to have to adjust because he's used to having it from the get-go. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it to him, and as we see the two-man game there with Capella, give it to James Harden, give it to Westbrook, and let Harden spot up. I think the key with Harden is, as you see him meander around the lane there, is when he doesn't have the ball in his hands, can he still be effective? As we see Gordon spotting up, good ball movement there from right to left.
Ibaka pivoting, turning it around and getting it over Capella for two. Anunoby trying to get it through, and Harden gets it back.
You can see the defense that Nick Nurse is trying to employ this year.
Westbrook up top for Capella. As Harden lifting it up again for Capella. Harden. Good ball movement from Houston. Rivers pulling up. And a nice bounce for Austin Rivers. 22-9 lead for the Rockets. Gerald Green for three.
Gerald Green appropriately named as in always a green light.
Norman Powell takes his first shot and nails it.
But if you ask Nick Nurse, he said he's going to give him some opportunities as Rivers knocks one down. There's that jumper that Siakam's been working on, ready to shoot.
There's a takeaway. Siakam all alone. And the flush finish. Harden. Going back on McCall for three, and he drains it.
Let's do the dance, big young fella.
Leaner from Gasol goes in. Extra pass outside. Malcolm Miller. Eric Gordon. Driving past Anunoby and gets the lay-in to go.
It can be taxing to have to do it, especially when you're adjusting on the fly, so to speak. There's Russell with the knockdown. I'm still giving him those.
Terrence Davis getting past the defense. Patrick McCall. And Ibaka cleaning it up. Westbrook. Drives into a double team and dumps it off for Tyson Chandler. Good ball movement from Toronto. Terrence Davis hitting the three-point.
Well, he's going to want to log some minutes. He's going to have to impress Nick defensively. We know about his shooting. Speaking of shooting.
Eric Gordon, 6 for 8 in the two games so far. Here's Russell. Kicking it outside to Gordon, takes another one. McLemore back to Gordon. The second try goes down for Eric Gordon. Too strong from Malcolm Miller. Ibaka the easy bounce and the open bucket. Raptors playing tight defense. O'Shea Brissett missing on the dunk. Tries to go back on the reverse. A little more control. Norman Powell draining the three. Quick pass for Fred Van Fleet. He rattles in the three. Harden finding the open man. It's P.J. Tucker.
It used to be, Justin, where back in the day your wings on the fast break would run all the way to the basket and cross underneath and come out the other side. Now you're running straight into the corners.
Raptors on the run, and Ibaka drowning the dunk.
Played for Greg Marshall at Wichita State, did Mr. Van Vliet when they had some tremendous success. So Capella with the dump down and finish inside.
Raptors have tied this game up at 48. Good defense to take away from Van Fleet there. Powell Gets it stripped, gets it back, and puts it in off the window.
See the attention Harden gets even off the ball.
Coming in on the runner, able to finish.
Oh, he got fouled too. You can see him lobbying.
Norman Powell. The lob up to Capella. Chris Clemens taking notes. James Harden again. Van Fleet with tight defense on Harden, and the ball tipped away. Here's Van Fleet, leaving it up for Siakam. McLemore.
Bad shot. No reason to take that shot.
Here's Powell for three, and that is good. Norman Powell. You know, one thing that really jumps out at me is the crowd in Tokyo. They applaud every time there is a substitution, whether it's a guy going back to the bench for the performance he just had, or for a guy like Malcolm Miller coming back onto the floor.
Appreciate what you did and appreciate what you're about to do. I can dig it.
Siakam loses his footing. Harden kicking it outside to Tucker. Takes the three and hits. P.J. Tucker.
I would imagine Van Fleet's going to put his name into the proceedings along with Norman Powell. That man right there with the ball as well, Anunoby.
Good pass inside to Ibaka, and Serge Ibaka finishing at the rim consistently today. Eric Gordon for three. That's good.
There, Van Fleet pressing the issue but got it blocked.
Westbrook taking the pass from Harden, finishing at the cup.
Looks like he's put on a few pounds of muscle, has Pascal Siakam, knowing that this season's perhaps going to be the most challenging season he's had in the league, strictly because of double teams, something he hasn't seen on a consistent basis. He'll see now.
P.J. Tucker, another three ball. He has three of them today.
Got to be able to make those reads on that pick and roll. What is the defense doing? And you got to adjust accordingly. The read and react part of the game.
Van Fleet kicking outside to Siakam. Pascal Siakam. Westbrook too strong at the rim.
Rockets trying to run a flex offense, unable to even get into it.
Powell for three again.
Doesn't have to be a 20-point scorer. He just has to be a consistent 14, 15 points a game scorer. Powell, somebody that his coach can rely on game in and game out.
Harden now 1 for 5 on threes today. Powell finishing and going to the line for a chance at a three-point play. 8 seconds to shoot. Eric Gordon.
Look at Siakam.
2-on-1 and Siakam.
Wow.
Van Fleet way off with the three.
Not sure why he shot that, but ill-advised nonetheless.
James Harden plus the foul.
Rondae Hollis-Jefferson spent some time in Brooklyn, of course. Not a good enough shooter to play the 2 or the 3.
Daniel House going to the rim and finishing with the two-hand flush.
You want to keep the unit as cohesive, I guess is the word I'm looking for, where they're used to playing each other. Don't disrupt the unit as much as possible, as we see Chandler responding inside as well.
Here's Hollis-Jefferson pushing it ahead. Back to Hollis-Jefferson. And it's taken by House. Can't convert.
Gasol's deflection started that exchange. Just unable to convert the Raptors.
Austin Rivers off the fade from Harden. Gasol trying to float it past to Hollis-Jefferson. McCaw nails the jumper. 3-point game. Just over 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. Westbrook ties it up. 7 seconds to go. 2-point Raptor lead. Here's Westbrook. Right through the lane to the cup. And we're tied again. The night's over for Harden. And to come out to start the fourth. Westbrook getting a few minutes of burn here to start the fourth. So far he has 23 minutes under his belt. Westbrook putting on the moves and finishing with the foul. He'll go to the line for a 3-point play. Hollis-Jefferson lost the dribble, but is able to punch it back to Hernandez. Gordon double teamed, finding Gerald Green alone. And it's rebounded by Davis. Terrence Davis on the crossover and the lefty finish plus the foul.
Well, to the average fan, it might not mean much, but if you're one of these family members as Russell gets all the way to the cup.
Raptors won it on Tuesday. They rallied from 17 points down to take it 134-129 over Houston. Here they have the lead in the fourth quarter. And that lead gone after Gerald Green nails a three. This is 22 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds here today. Chris Clemens, the former fighting camel. Austin Rivers, and the point. Clemens again, and he hits again. Chris Clemens. Taylor has it stripped, gets it back. Boucher with the tip in. Here's Austin Rivers, takes the three, and it's put back in by Gerald Green. Isaiah Taylor nailed the three-pointer for Toronto. Isaiah Hartenstein throws a pass through traffic, and it's taken by Matt Thomas.
Good defense by Thomas, having his hands up. Didn't even see the ball really, but the hand up got the deflection and steal. Good pass, too.
Hands it off to Hernandez. Taylor finding Hernandez, dumping it down for Chris Boucher.
That baseline was wide open, able to break the defense down with 2 passes.
Hartenstein finishing the alley-oop from Daniel House. You see the tandems forming in the West, but the Warriors are not the same Warriors, obviously. How much smoother is the path through the Western Conference for a team like the Rockets? Taylor for the tie, and the tip by Boucher. A 1-point game with a minute 23 to play. 1.8 seconds on the shot clock. Clemens hoists it up. The back tip, Rockets control again. McLemore hits the three. Well, that'll close it out in Tokyo, with the Rockets able to hold on. They come back here in the second and final game in Tokyo and take it over the Raptors 118-111.